Good evening, good evening. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Pro Wrestling Talk video brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. I'm your host, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. So, Catch the Wave 2023 tournament. The winners' blocks have been set. The competitors for the winners' block has been set. Each of the preliminary blocks have completed. So I wanted to take this time to go over the standings and let folks know who have made it to the winner's block of the Catch the Wave 2023 tournament. But before we get started, here's a quick word on the sponsor, Game Beauty. As you continue to watch and enjoy Blitzball Champ gaming content here on the U to the Tube, be sure to check out the link in the description for Game Beauty, our sponsor. For an awesome lineup of video game themed makeup and cosmetic products, here is Game Beauty. They offer many different collections such as eyeshadow palettes, elemental pearl highlighters, and even this special Persona 5 Royal limited edition makeup collection. They also have free domestic and international shipping to most countries for orders over $60. And you can use the promo code BlitzballChamp and you get 10% off of your order for any and all purchases. So be sure to check out Game Beauty when you have an opportunity. Now, we shall return back to our regularly scheduled video. Enjoy. Alrighty. We are now in the month of July in the Catch the Wave 2023 tournament. Each of the 5 blocks have been completed. The competitors for the winner's block have been set. And also want to remind everybody that the finals of the Catch the Wave tournament will be on July 17th. But I want to get here and go over the standings and let folks know who won their respective blocks and advanced to the winner's block. So, let's go ahead and get started with the young block. All right, here we go. All right, the final standings of the young block of the Catch the Wave 2023 tournament. So, sitting at the bottom with only 1 point is Kizuna Tanaka. Finishes with 1 point. She had no wins. 3 losses to Yura Suzuki, Honoka, and Himiko, and had the 1 draw against Chie Ozora. So Kizuna Tanaka finished with a record of 0, 3, and 1. So couldn't win a single match. Bummer for her. Okay. Sitting at 3 points with a record of 1, 2, and 1 is Honoka. So Honoka had the 1 win over Kizuna Tanaka, 2 losses to Himiko and Chie Ozora, and the 1 draw with Yura Suzuki. All right. Finishing with a total of 4 points on a record of 2 and 2 is Himiko. She had the 2 wins over Honoka and Kizuna Tanaka, but 2 losses to Yura Suzuki and Chie Ozora. All right, finishing with 5 points with a record of 2, 1, and 1 is Yura Suzuki. Her 2 wins were over Himiko and Kizuna Tanaka. She had the 1 loss to Chie Ozora and the 1 draw with Honoka. And then sitting at the top, finishing with 7 points, your winner of the young block, advancing to the winner's block, is Chie Ozora. Finishes with a record of 3-0-1. Had the 3 wins over Yura Suzuki, Honoka, and Himiko. No losses, and had the 1 draw with Kizuna Tanaka. But there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Chie Ozora finishes with 7 points out of the young block and advances to the winner's block. All right, let's move on to the Elizabeth block. Okay, for the Elizabeth block, sitting at the bottom, both tied with 2 points apiece, are Sakura Hirota and Cherry. Let's start with Sakura Hirota. She finishes with a record of 1-3. She had the 1 victory over Kaori Yoneyama and the 3 losses to Cherry, Mizuki, and Yuki Miyazaki. And then Cherry, who also finished with a record of 1-3. She had the 1 victory over Sakura Hirota, but losses to Mizuki Endo, Kaori Yoneyama, and Yuki Miyazaki. But yeah, both of those ladies finished with 2 points apiece. All right, then we have 2 more ladies that finished tied with 4 points apiece with records of 2-2. And they are Mizuki Endo and Kaori Yoneyama. So let's look at Kaori Yoneyama. So 2-2 victories over Cherry and Mizuki Endo, but losses to Yuki Miyazaki and Sakura Hirota. And then Mizuki Endo, she had the 2 victories over Cherry and Sakura Hirota, but losses to Kaori Yoneyama and Yuki Miyazaki. And then sitting at the top of the Elizabeth block with a perfect record of 4-0, finishing with 8 points, the clean sweep, is Yuki Miyazaki. 4-0. Victories over Cherry, Mizuki Endo, Kaori Yoneyama, and Sakura Hirota for the clean sweep, 8 points, and she unanimously advances to the winner's block. So congratulations to Yuki Miyazaki. She pretty much took the Elizabeth block easily. So look to see her potentially have a strong showing in the winner's block. Alrighty, let's take a look at Block A. Alright, Block A. So sitting at the bottom with only 1 point, with a record of 0-3-1, is Rina Amikura. So no victories, 3 losses to Asuka, Manami, and Hiragi Kurumi. She had the 1 draw with Kohaku. So, rough showing there for Rina Amikura. Okay, and then you had 2 ladies that finished with 3 points apiece, and that's Manami and Kohaku. Let's take a look at Kohaku. Kind of a rough outing for Kohaku. She finished with a record of 0-1-3. Wow, 3 draws. How rare is that? No victories. She had the 1 loss to Asuka and 3, count them up, 3 draws against Manami, Hiragi Kurumi, and Rina Amikura. Oof, that's quite a way to get points off of only draws. That's crazy. And then you have Manami, which she finished with a record of 1-2-1 for 3 points. She had the victory over Rina Amikura, but losses to Asuka and Hiragi Kurumi, and the 1 draw with Kohaku. I was kind of bummed. I really wanted to see Kohaku do a better job. But she was already in a pretty difficult block. So it is what it is. All right, sitting with 5 points total with a final record of 2-1-1 is Hiragi Kurumi. She had the 2 victories over Manami and Rina Amikura, had the 1 loss to Asuka, and the 1 draw with Kohaku. And then, sitting at the top with 8 points total, another clean sweep at 4-0 is Asuka. Asuka defeated Manami, Hiragi Kurumi, Kohaku, and Rina Amakura to get the clean sweep of 8 points, and she punches her ticket to the winner's block. So, congratulations to Asuka, aka Vinny, for the clean sweep of the A block. And she's going to be another tough cookie to go up against in the winner's block. But she takes this easily. Alrighty, let's go to block B. Wait a minute. Make an adjustment. Bam. Sorry about that. Okay, block B. So sitting at the bottom, 2 players tied at 2 points, and that's Kakeru Sakaguchi and Riko Kawahara. Let's look at Riko Kawahara. She finishes with a record of 1-3. She had the 1 victory over Kakeru Sakaguchi, but the 3 losses to Risa Sera, Saki, and Miyuki Takase. Was kind of bummed. I was hoping to see a better showing from Riko Kawahara. I like Riko Kawahara. And then Kakeru Sakaguchi, also 2 points, record of 1-3. Had the victory over Miyuki Takase, but 3 losses to Risa Sera, Saki, and Riko Kawahara. All right. And you have the Phoenix of Osaka, Miyuki Takase, finishes with a final record of 2-2, 4 points. She had the 2 victories over Risa Sera and Riko Kawahara, but the 2 losses to Saki and Kakeru Sakaguchi. And then, sitting at the top with 6 points, tied at 6 points, are Risa Sera and Saki. So, Risa Sera finished with a record of 3-1. She had the 3 victories over Saki, Kakeru Sakaguchi, and Riko Kawahara, but the 1 loss to Miyuki Takase. And then Saki also finished 3-1 with victories over Miyuki Takase, Kakeru Sakaguchi, and Riko Kawahara, and her 1 loss was against Risa Sera. So, because Risa Sera and Saki finished the B block both with 6 points apiece, they had a tiebreaker match, which Saki ended up winning the tiebreaker match, I believe, by countout. Yes, by countout. So, therefore, because Saki won the tiebreaker match, she qualifies and wins the B block and advances to the winner's block. So, wow, it came down to Risa Sera and Saki. It really could have gone either way, but Saki was able to pull it off to win the tiebreaker and advance to the winner's block. So, congratulations to Saki. Honestly, I thought Risa Sera had it, but, you know, both ladies were tied at 6 points, so they had to do a tiebreaker. It is what it is, though. Okay, and finally, let's look at Block C. Okay, Block C ended up being very, very interesting, especially with the ending. So, finishing at the bottom with only 1 point on a record of 0-3-1 is Yuko Sakurai. She had no victories, 3 losses to Haruka Umesaki, Hikari Shimizu, and Izuki Aoki, and the 1 draw with Ayame Sasamura. So, rough finish for Yuko Sakurai. Alright, and then you had Ayame Sasamura finishing with 4 points on a record of 1, 1, and 2. So she had the 1 victory over Haruka Umesaki, had the 1 loss to Itsuki Aoki, and the 2 draws to Hikari Shimizu and Yuko Sakurai. And then we had a 3-way tie at the top of Block C. 3 ladies tied at 5 points apiece. And that's Itsuki Aoki, Hikari Shimizu, and Haruka Umesaki. So let's start with Itsuki Aoki. So she finished with a record of 2, 1, and 1. She had the victories over Ayame Sasamura and Yuko Sakurai. The 1 loss was to Hikari Shimizu, and then the 1 draw against Haruka Umesaki. Okay? Then Hikari Shimizu also finished with a record of 2, 1, and 1. She had the 2 victories over Itsuki Aoki and Yuko Sakurai, the 1 loss to Haruka Umesaki, and the 1 draw to Ayame Sasamura. And then Haruka Umesaki finished, of course, 2, 1, and 1. She had victories over Hikari Shimizu and Yuko Sakurai, had the 1 loss to Ayame Sasamura, and the 1 draw with Itsuki Aoki. Now, because Haruka, Hikari, and Itsuki, all 3 of these ladies finished with 5 points each, they did 1 last tiebreaker triple threat match between these 3 ladies, and Haruka Umesaki ended up being the winner of the triple threat tiebreaker match with her, Hikari Shimizu, and Itsuki Aoki. So therefore, Haruka Umesaki wins Block C and advances to the winner's block. So congratulations to Haruka Umesaki. A very, very close block for this tournament. But she was able to pull it out, win the tiebreaker, and take the block. So, your winner's block is set, ladies and gentlemen. So going back, let's recap. For the young block, it's Chie Ozora. For the Elizabeth block, it's Yuki Miyazaki. For block A, Asuka. For block B, Saki. And for block C, Haruka Umesaki. So those are your 5 winners. So congratulations once again to those 5 ladies. Quite hard fought to make it to the winner's block. Now, what I'm very curious about is I wonder how they're going to do this winner's block. Like, I'm very curious because last year they had, well, then again, last year they had 5 blocks. But they didn't have 5 winners. That's the only thing. It was weird. But then again, looking at last year, well, yeah, they did have 5 blocks last year, but they had a lot of tiebreakers. Like, they had like 3 tiebreakers. It was pretty interesting. It was really, really interesting. But what I'm thinking they might do is, since there's 5 competitors, the only thing I can think of is maybe one competitor might be getting a bye if they do a single elimination tournament. If not, the only thing that I can think of is maybe they do another round robin, which I don't think they'll do that. But I don't know. For those that have consistently watched past Catch the Wave tournaments, like, how do you think they're going to do the winner's block for this year? I'm very curious to know, because like I said, the finals will be on July 17th, and that's only in what, a week, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. So I'm very curious to see how they run the winner's block, because you got five ladies, because there were 5 blocks. So the only thing that I could possibly think of is maybe, so the final scores, you have 2 competitors that finished with 8 points, which was Yuki Miyazaki and Asuka. Chie finished with 7, Saki finished with 6, Haruka finished with 5. So if you ask me, why not have Yuki Miyazaki and Asuka battle it out? And then the winner advances, and then the bracket will be more balanced out if they were to do a single elimination tournament. But I don't know. Like I said, this is really my first Catch the Wave tournament. So looking back, like, I see that they usually do a final, either a final round robin or a final tournament bracket. So I don't know. The thing is, there's five competitors in the winner's block. So I'm just really curious to see how they run the winner's block. But if y'all happen to know, I've tried to look up how they would do it, but I haven't been able to find anything. So if y'all happen to discover how they'll do it for this year's, please let me know. I would love to know, just also for future reference as well. But if you ask me, who do I think has the best chance of winning this tournament? Well, now I know last year Suzu Suzuki won it. And then right now we got Chie Ozora, Yuki Miyazaki, Asuka, Saki, and Haruka Umisaki. If you ask me, it's probably gonna come down to either, well, first off, I don't think it will be Haruka Umisaki. I don't think it'll be her. Saki, maybe. Honestly, I think Asuka has the best chance. Chie, like I said, I don't know Chie that well. I don't know Yuki that well. The only competitors that I know in this winner's block are Asuka, Saki, and Haruka Umisaki. But like I said, I don't see Haruka winning this tournament. She might pull it off, but I don't see it. I just don't see it. Saki, I think, has a decent chance. Asuka, I think, has the best chance. Yuki, I guess, has a great chance as well, and so does Chie. I just don't know those two really well. But outside of this tournament, I don't know those two really well. But I don't know. I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye out to see how they run the winner's block. And I'll keep y'all posted. But like I said, if y'all happen to know the format that they usually do in this situation, let me know. Please let me know. I would love to know for future reference. But that'll do it for this video. It's been an interesting tournament. It's been very interesting, and just, you know, the finals is July 17th. So, looking forward to checking that out, seeing who ends up winning the Catch the Wave tournament, who becomes the Wave Woman of 2023, and get all that yen. Don't spend it all at once. But anyway, that'll do it for this video. Don't forget to check out Game Beauty, and also let me know what you think. What do y'all think about the current standings of the Catch the Wave 2023 tournament? Like I said, what do you think about the winners advancing to the winners block? You know, once again, Chie Ozora, Yuki Miyazaki, Asuka, Saki, and Haruka Misaki. Let me know what your thoughts are. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. For another Pro Wrestling Talk, brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming here on the U to the Tube. My name is Jason Ingram. Hope everybody enjoys their evening. Happy Independence Day. I know that's right around the corner. Everybody enjoy themselves. Go grill out. Spend time with family and friends. And I will check y'all in the next video. Peace.